Welcome in to the PHNX Suns podcast, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's #1 sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Lindsay Smith here with Gerald Bourget, Espo, and Saul Bookman. It is Friday. That means we're going to have a whole lot of fun. This episode is a palate cleanser. How you guys feeling?
We ain't talking about shit.
Excited.
No basketball. At least no Kevin Durant. I'm very happy about that. You're kicked off if you mention the name after that
one.
mention.
It's going to be a lot of fun. This is kind of like an opportunity for us to all get to know each other a little bit more, to have a little bit of fun.
It's really an opportunity for us to
And hopefully-
ask Lindsay all the deep questions we've always wanted to ask her.
And to just be absolutely outrageous.
Before we start, can I start with a random thing about one of our members of the chat here?
Yes.
Daniel in the chat apparently ran into Saul and I in the parking lot of the office here, said sup,
Some real tall guy.
didn't say anything else to
He
us,
said, "Sup, boys?"
and then walked away, and we were like, who was that? And if we had known it was you, Daniel, we would have had a very nice conversation with you.
He just said, he didn't even like stop. He was like, "Sup, boys?" And he just walked right past us. And then I was like, who the fuck was that? And I looked at Espo, I was like, do you know who that is? They're like, I don't know who that is. We get upstairs and they're like, oh, that was Daniel. I was like, oh, I had no idea.
So more than 2 words, usually helpul for us if you're
And
a
stop.
member. Yeah.
And stop.
We're happy
He
to
was
talk with
busy.
you. He says in the chat, I was nervous. We were just confused. So.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's get right into it. We were talking about this yesterday before the show. How and why, I have no idea, but we're going to bring it up on the show today.
Let's do this.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
The question that everyone always asks around zombie apocalypse are, how long do you think you survive? But in addition to that, I also want to know what your approach to a zombie apocalypse would be. Are you even playing, or are you just like, yeah, I'm out?
I am sitting in my living room waiting for the inevitable. Why am I going to sit there and try to fight my way through a zombie apocalypse just to have to live a life of fighting through a zombie apocalypse? There is no real hope in the end of that, because people will be like, oh, they'll find a cure, so you stay alive so you can find a cure. Scientists are the first people getting bitten. They ain't outrunning zombies. They ain't killing zombies. Have you seen like Dr. Fauci, who's the most the infectious disease guy, top infectious disease guy in the country? He ain't outrunning zombies. He ain't killing any zombies. He gonna be a zombie real quick in that situation. Nobody's gonna solve it. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just gonna hang here until one of them bites me.
We only have an hour on this episode. You understand?
Yeah,
that?
well,
So dark.
I mean, Jesus Christ. That was like he was holding that in for like years.
We had this conversation briefly before yesterday's show, and I'm just like,
It got me fired
Yeah,
up.
it got me fired up.
I'm going to the water.
To the water.
I'm going to the ocean. I'm going to
Okay.
fucking grab a boat, and I'm just going to live out in the middle of the ocean. And hopefully I have one of those desalinators.
Like
I
Waterworld.
can live off of fish, and I'm just going to hope for the best.
I don't know what I would do.
Because I don't think zombies can swim, right?
No, they can't. I don't think so.
They're too spastic.
Yeah.
What if a zombie bites a shark? Do we have zombie sharks
Zombie
in that case?
Sharknado? Okay, the thing that pisses me off is like when you watch zombie movies, they always make like a grocery store run or a Costco run, and the shelves are completely full. They would be totally empty. Like, why do people assume that they would be full? Because I feel like we saw in COVID, like
Toilet paper.
shit went off the shelves.
Gone.
There was nothing there. So like, I wouldn't do that. I would probably just hunker down with the food that I have and try to make little runs here and there when I could. But I would.
You gotta, if you're gonna try and survive, you have to bunker down while
Right.
the masses are all happening,
Right.
and then go out.
Right.
Like, you gotta give it a solid 2.5 weeks for the chaos to just like basically take out 90% of the population, and then you have the ability
Yeah.
to try and do things.
But then 90% of the population zombies that you're
Yeah,
going
but
up
would you
against out
rather
there.
fight zombies or population? If there's anything we learned from the last 2 years, you cannot rely on a community. If there's anything we learned from The Walking Dead, you cannot rely on live, real human beings. You're
So
safer
why
with
are you
with
fighting to live
zombies.
anyways?
Listen, I'm not saying I am. There's two parts of me that would. There's one part that's like, I just want to survive this just because a lot of people don't think I would be able to survive it, just to be petty and spiteful. And then there's another part of me that's like, what on earth am I going to be doing in a zombie apocalypse type of a world? Count me out.
But what are you going to do? Are you just going to starve to death while you ruminate on these dark thoughts about whether humanity's worth saving, or what are you going to
chill in my house until it got unbearable, and then I would let a zombie eat me.
You would let a zombie eat you?
Yeah, at some point you're not going to feel it once you're bit. Like,
Oh my God.
Wait, first of all, they don't have motherfucking numbing solution in their mouth.
Right,
There's-
it's not like
you're gonna feel every bit
no,
of that.
because at some
and you-
point the virus takes
Y'all
over.
ain't got lidocaine just chilling at your
But the
house, just
virus
rub it on
doesn't
your
take over
forearm, be like,
instantly.
"Here,
There's a reason they scream for like the first 2 minutes of being
because
eaten.
it hurts like a
Because
mother.
they're being eaten.
I'll just be okay.
Okay,
Go ahead.
2
Eat my
minutes of
fingers.
pain and it's over. Fine.
2 minutes? It would take me. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. Let's just move on.
You just got to make
Can
sure
I-
you get bit in the right spot.
Can I just say something to the
What
people that
shade?
just tuned in? This is a palate cleansing episode. We are not talking about the Suns. So if you're just
Yes.
tuning in, this is what you're going to get for the next 45 minutes.
Yes.
Please and thank you.
A bunch of ludicrous shit.
Also, I do love that all of you guys in the comments are sharing
Did you see
what
Ghost
you
Ball?
think about all of us. It's fantastic. No, what do you say?
Ghost Balls goes, I hope the Suns get KD today, so y'all have to do another show tonight.
Oh,
Laugh
man.
my ass off.
Well, that's exactly what happened last week.
This is true.
Literally, Lindsay and I were doing a palate cleansing episode that was just going to be audio only, and then the DA news dropped, and we're like, "What the hell?"
This is
Maybe
very
we're trying to
true.
speak something into
Yeah,
existence.
we're
Who
maybe.
knows?
trying to help you guys out here. So you're welcome. Okay, next question. If you came with a warning label, what would that label say?
Oh man, it's like what's that bumper sticker that says "Don't get too close to the truck" or whatever?
Yeah,
That's-
like an ADA car
Yeah.
that's like, I need 20 feet of distance
yeah,
at all times.
that's-
I make
that's-
wide
that's
turns.
Probably the same thing
Yeah.
for me.
That is a very good one. So,
Yeah.
warning bitter. That's what mine would say.
Okay.
I don't know what mine would be. What would
Mine
yours
would be mood subject to change without
Warning.
notice or
Without
warning.
warning.
Yeah.
Brian says, caution may contain dad jokes, is what I think
Mhm.
he's saying. I don't know if that was for you or me.
That was for
Yeah,
you.
I feel like that might be a good one for me, honestly.
That's very true.
Yeah, you're just kind of punny. I don't know if you really
Yeah.
tell dad jokes. You're just
Punny is dad jokes. That's
No, not
yeah,
necessarily.
Yeah, Gerald Brand is dad jokes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gerald's an
Is
honorary
Punny- is
father
Punny
just
dad
based
jokes?
on the jokes.
I feel like there's a
can
very
be-
fine line between the
Like
two
he's
of
like,
them.
oh, it's gonna be May because it's like he literally had that. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I sat next to Gerald for a whole season of Suns basketball in 2018, and it was like November. And on his tweet deck, he literally had it's gonna be May on April 31st.
Wait. I said your "it's gonna be May" jokes are not funny. Stop making them. That
Yeah,
was my scheduled
but
tweet.
he had his scheduled tweet, and it was like it's gonna be May, and I was like, really?
I didn't
Or
wanna
no,
forget.
No, it was May the 4th.
Oh,
It was May the 4th.
yeah,
be
that
with you.
sounds more like
That sounds more my speed.
Yeah, and he had it as a scheduled tweet for May the 4th, and it was November. I was like, who
I
has
had
a
a
schedule
Star
for
Wars
the-
picture with it that was taken recently, so I
But he
wanted to
scheduled
schedule it
a
out.
tweet about Star Wars
5
Day
months in
5
advance.
months in advance.
Look,
Yes.
he
That
has
is-
it scheduled for every year
Classic
between
Gerald.
now and
I know.
2030.
I know he
all
does.
right?
Classic
It's-
Gerald. I
That's
love
a
that.
dad. That's very much a dad joke kind of thing, though. Like,
Yeah.
I got this queued up, but I'm going to wait until the perfect time. Yeah.
Also, if you guys have questions for us, feel free to drop them in the chat. We do have some from the Discord we're going to answer as well, but feel free to drop yours in the chat. We can do one from the Discord. So from My Name is Fat Mike said, who on the crew is the best cook? And whoever it is, what is their signature dish? I'm going to say probably Saul because it's definitely not me.
It's not me.
I would say Saul. I have a couple dishes that I make that are really well, but he seems like the grill master of the group.
Thank you guys. Appreciate that.
So he said, what is your signature dish?
Usually it's ribs.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's
Ribs
spectacular.
ribs
The
is
ribs
my
he
favorite.
made were really good
That's
for
a
that
solid
company party we had.
Ribs are my favorite to make, but I could throw down just about anything.
Okay.
I'm actually working myself through the Marcus Samuelsson cookbook.
Ooh.
And I'm kind of doing it. I don't know if you guys have been on TikTok, but there's this guy that's literally cooking his way through the French Laundry cookbook.
Oh, really?
And it's like, and every recipe is like super insane. And I'm kind of doing the same thing with the Marcus Samuelsson one. So
I feel like your Instagram used to be more barbecue oriented on your stories.
I've been a little busy.
Yeah, I mean, and I miss it because I was like, man, it's all speaking to my heart here when he's showing this barbecue.
Okay.
Wait, what are your guys' signature dishes? Because I'm curious about this.
Oh, I make a fantastic.
If that shit don't come in a microwave, it ain't happening.
Question alone.
I make some spectacular Kraft macaroni and cheese. My daughter loves my bowl of cornflakes.
Mm-hmm.
There's things that take no effort that are my cooking.
I can make a
things.
really good breakfast sandwich, like a bagel breakfast sandwich.
Okay.
Solid.
All right. Mine would have to be a bacon green chili cheeseburger. I make good cheeseburgers.
So you just asked that question because you wanted to flex
Yes.
a little bit.
Yes.
No,
Is
I genuinely wanted to
Is that
know.
what's happening here, Gerald?
No, I
Does Gerald look like he's
genuinely
ever
wanted
eaten a bacon cheeseburger in his life?
Yes, but then he goes and runs like 5 miles.
I'm
So-
not in this heat.
By the way, Brian said in the chat asked thoughts on grilling with charcoal. I know people in AZ don't do it as much because of the heat, but it's so good. So
It's worth the sacrifice. You do it. I don't give a shit. Usually what I'll do is I'll smoke the ribs, and then once I get them to nice and juicy and tender, I'll fire up the grill, and then I'll put some sauce on them, so that way I can throw them on the grill, get them caramelized a little bit, so you get a little bit of that like char, and then I pull them off.
you're a pellet guy too, though, right?
yeah,
Pellet.
yeah, for sure.
I would like to learn how to cook a few things. But the process of like leading up to cooking and then the process after cooking
Cleaning
is
up.
such a pain in the butt
Yeah, the
that
cleaning
it
up.
kills the idea of actually cooking for me. Like having to go to the grocery store and make sure you get all the things and then prep it, and then it's just so much.
That's the beauty of it.
It's too much.
You know, you don't actually have
I want
to
to
go
be
to
an
the
NBA
grocery
basketball
store
player,
now.
but all that practice,
Yeah.
oh my God, then you got to put your clothes on. You got to buy special shoes.
Why are we quoting
Oh,
Marquise Chris right now?
Oh, God.
Mark gets it. Mark said Lindsay makes her way to Four Peaks for tendies. That's right.
Those tendies are great.
They are. They're so good. If you guys haven't tried them yet, highly recommend you come out next Wednesday, the 27th, and join us at Four Peaks because the whole PHNX crew is going to be live out there all day. All of our shows will be happening there. We'll have drink specials. You can get those chicken tenders that we were talking about. And we're also going to be selecting our Toast of the Month sweepstakes winner. So right now at Go PHNX, you can enter that sweepstakes. And if you win, you're going to get a $50 gift card to the Four Peaks Brewery. You're going to get a shirt of your choice from our PHNX locker room, and you are going to get a Go PHNX annual membership, which is where you get access to all of Gerald's sweet content. So make sure you enter into that sweepstakes at gophnx.com ASAP. Just a reminder, you do have to be 21 or older to enjoy Four Peaks beer, and we ask that you enjoy responsibly.
I need to know this. Eli asks, Saul, have you ever made shotgun shells, stuffed pasta with ground meat wrapped in bacon, basted in barbecue sauce, and then smoked?
I have not, and that sounds delicious.
It does sound really
good.
Eli, slide in the Saul's DMs with the recipe so that
Yes.
he can make that and then bring it to us.
I will cook it, and then I will show you guys how it came out.
That sounds
Love
great.
Love it.
Okay, another one from the Discord. Pat Cat asked, what is one thing about each of you that only people at PHNX would know?
Ooh.
This was a really difficult one for me, but you threw out an idea.
I'll let her share
Go ahead.
hers.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm a little bit more colorful with my language.
Lindsay
off camera.
swears, you guys.
You're spicy when the cameras aren't on. Like,
Just a little bit.
When the camera comes on, it's like Lindsay goes to like this innocent place. Everything's all good until somebody says something. Then every now and then she gets just as upset as we do.
Mhm.
But off camera, it's a totally different person. It's like
I
her
don't know
alter
that I would
ego
say
shows up.
totally different. I'm just
Totally
more
different.
spicy.
no, totally different.
I mean, more
No.
spicy.
She's trying very hard to save her image right now. That's what's going on here.
That's
Nobody's supposed to know
guys.
this. It's why it's off camera, guys. Stop.
We didn't have to go that hard.
She's like, I'm a little spicy. If like from going like 1 to 100 is a little spicy, then okay, I guess it's a little spicy.
No, I'm like at least a 35 on this show.
No.
Yeah.
You're like a 10.
Yeah, 10.
At
Out of
100.
100?
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
like 15, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not 35. That's like
No.
almost halfway there. There's no way.
Charles
That's
in
a third of the way.
Charles in the chat says premium subscription, guys. Yeah, you want to pay $20 a month? We'll film the beforehand, and you can see how Lindsay really is.
The premium. Oh man, that would be awesome.
All right, what are yours?
That I am fluent in sign language.
Yeah,
Oh,
you did
that's
tell
a
us
good
that
one.
one time on a show.
Did I?
That was at the very beginning.
So
of
nobody
PHNX,
remembers.
So
Yeah,
probably nobody
I went
remembers.
blank.
But that is a good one.
I think my hatred of how my feet look in flip-flops, but how much I love wearing flip-flops.
Is that why you didn't get into the pool in Vegas?
No, I hate being in a swimsuit in Vegas. I hate pools.
It's just swim trunks, buddy.
We talked about my fear of drowning and how I almost did it to myself with a neti pot the other day.
Didn't Leah
yes,
shame
yes,
you
yes.
into never
Yes.
wearing flip flops ever again, like in the first month of this whole thing starting?
Leah Merrill, the host of our Coyotes podcast, sometimes fill-in producer on this show, shamed me about flip-flops and took my already neurotic feeling about them and made me feel like I can never, ever, ever wear them again, especially in this building. You will never see me in flip-flops in this building.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a tough act to follow. I guess technically that I'm descended from Italian royalty would be one.
We know that.
Wait,
Italian
what?
We
royalty?
know that.
I didn't even know that.
So like have you heard of like the Medici family?
Yes.
My mom was a Medici until she married my dad.
You
So
should have
like,
kept her
Wow.
last name.
but my grandfather actually like was the one who kind of signed over the rights to like the castles and stuff because they were too expensive to keep paying for, basically, for taxes and whatnot.
My family, my Italian family, actually was crop farmers and stuff.
Oh,
I
really?
thought you were gonna say, yeah, my
Yeah.
family was the one that actually bought it out.
No,
What?
no.
That's cool.
Wow.
You and I have beef now.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm just making all
That's
that shit up. It's not
Gerald, I
true.
feel like
It's
I
not
feel like
true.
you need to make it your life's mission to go get those castles
Well,
back.
now we have a new Gerald nickname. It's Sir Girth.
Hey,
Sir Girth.
Wow.
That's
That'd probably be
amazing. Have you
mine.
ever been?
Yeah, no, I've been to Florence and seen like the castles, and they've got like our family crest and like our name on it and stuff. It's
Did,
Oh my
cool.
God.
did you get like a buyout or?
I
like-
don't know how that worked. I think
Oh,
they
you gotta go
Gerald,
get
you're
him back.
actually Lord Girth now.
Lord
You're actually the Girth Lord
the
now.
Girth Lord.
That's what Pseudo in the chat just said. So he really is the Girth Lord.
You should storm the castles.
Take back what's
Taking
mine.
back my
Take back
birthright.
what is rightfully
Do it.
mine.
Do it. Just live stream it.
It's just live streaming.
I
at a
think
castle.
next off season we need to go travel to Italy with Gerald to do some shows for the
Yes.
castles.
Yeah, I'll show you guys around my home, my
We gotta
foreign.
get that back. All right. M in the Discord asked, if you were an animal, what kind would you be?
Sloth.
That's a good answer. They're just straight up chilling.
Mm,
Or koala. My daughter loves
what
koalas.
sleeps all day?
so- Yeah, sloth.
That is
Pandas.
not going to be me.
See, I feel like for me, my go-to, and everyone would assume that I would say cat, which is a fair answer because I would, but I would want to be my cat more specifically. But I feel like, Gerald, you mentioned panda. I honestly think being a panda would be so fun. They literally don't give a you-know-what about literally anything, life included.
Yeah.
That's why they're almost extinct, is because pandas will just climb a tree that's 80 feet tall and just let go.
They just kind of
And they have
bounce around.
no problem
and-
whatsoever in the world. They just have like, it's like nothing is in their brain.
well, I mean, they have one problem. They're running out.
But
of
I mean,
themselves.
like, as far as there's zero stress, there's zero anxiety, there's zero thought about the future. They're just straight up chilling and living. So I feel like a panda would be awesome.
I think, I mean, honestly, I'm going to follow Eli in the chat. An eagle.
eagle.
An eagle would be
Okay.
pretty dope because you just, I mean,
Fly.
Just fly.
Mhm.
I think a hummingbird would be pretty badass too, because you ever hear those things when they dive bomb a person? It sounds like some shit's coming down. I'd screw with people so bad as a hummingbird.
I don't know if I've heard those two words in the same sentence before.
A shark would be cool too, like a great white.
I'd probably just be a dog, honestly. You get to sleep.
Boo.
People love you all day.
Boo.
Sounds pretty
I
nice.
just want to be loved, Gerald.
Yeah.
I just want to be loved.
Give me-
Please,
Give me a
please love me.
give me a capuchin monkey. Those things are crackheads.
Which kind of monkey
the
is that?
tiny ones that people have as pets and they jump off the walls and stuff.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
They,
my
they wear
gosh.
diapers.
Does said capuchin when you're it have the mustache?
The owner could shave off the rest of my face, so it's just hair on the mustache.
Deal. I'm in.
Mustache monkey.
Andrew in the chat said this segment is brought to you by OGs. You are correct, Andrew. This segment is brought to you by OGs, who just launched their first ever limited edition seasonal flavor, Pina Colada. Check out OGs online at ogsbrands.com and on Instagram at ogsbrands. You can also find their products at your local dispensary. You must be 21 years or older to purchase. You guys are like coming in so clutch for me on this Friday afternoon, just setting me up for ad reads.
Right?
I could not love you more in this moment. Thank you. Thank you all. All right, another one from Pat Cat. They asked, if you were each forced to leave Phoenix, where would you move to?
Like money's no object?
Let's pretend that's a thing.
Oh.
Like stateside or around the world?
Wherever.
I mean, around the world, I would go like either Florence or Venice or something like that. And then once Venice
Back to
sinks
your
into the
roots.
ocean, I'd probably go somewhere else. But if I'm like still trying to work, I'm thinking like Denver or New Orleans. I really liked New Orleans when I
You
went
really
there.
like New Orleans,
I
huh?
did. I really.
Orleans
It felt like
is kind of fun.
It felt like a different country, honestly,
Yeah.
and the food was fantastic.
I would probably go to either San Diego or San Francisco.
Mm.
I love San Francisco. That's like one of my favorite cities.
That's a good one.
San Francisco is cool.
I love the scene out there. So I would say San Francisco probably.
If I'm doing it because I want to keep my family happy, it would be Chicago.
Okay.
But if I were doing it for me, selfishly, probably Denver, Colorado, because I've heard it's one of the few places that isn't going to be affected by everything going on in the world weather-wise. So, and they won't run out of water. So I'm like, yeah, that sounds nice.
I mean, you're thinking ahead. I like the way that your brain works, Espo. I would go to Guanajuato, Mexico. Guanajuato, city-state, same name.
Okay.
It's so freaking pretty. It's one of the places that we went to last fall when I was on vacation for like 2 weeks and just left y'all hanging here. I would go back there in a heartbeat.
Beaches.
No, it's kind of more inland, but
Okay.
I don't know, it just had such good vibes. Everything was just so chill, like mom and pop shops everywhere. Everything is like, have you ever been to Bisbee?
No.
Yep.
Okay, so have you ever been to Jerome?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically the same idea as those two. It's an old mine town.
Okay.
They do have an active mine, I think, still, though. And in mine towns, everything is kind of built on the side of the hill. So, like, everything is kind of built into these mountains and these hills. And that's what Guanajuato is like. And it's so pretty. And then, of course, being in Mexico, so much color.
Yeah.
So much color. And it's very walkable. It's so hard to get a car in there. Like, we had to use a taxi to get us to the city, and they could barely get around town. And people who've lived there for years still can't get around town in a car because it's meant for walking. And it's just really
You
cool.
would want to live in a town.
Surprising that I would be willing to walk up and down hills. Yes,
Okay.
it had that much of an impact on me that I would be willing to walk up and down hills for the
That's
rest of my
impressive.
life.
No, she doesn't plan on leaving the house, is what it is.
So I have a question for everybody.
Mhm.
Okay.
If I said, hey, I'll pay all your bills
Okay.
and give you $1 million,
Mhm.
what would you do? Would you
Yes.
still work?
I'd do this. I'm not lying either. This has always been my dream, so I would do this.
I'd probably still do this. Yeah.
I would do this on the fun days.
Lindsay's
I probably
"Fuck
wouldn't
you
write
guys,
as
I'm
often,
out."
but
Game 7, I'm out. I'm not
Okay,
participating.
none of us would have worked
Y'all are
after
on
Game
your
7.
own.
I would have, but would have hated it.
I would do it on the fun days.
Lindsay just shows up when she wants.
Yeah. So basically, we
So-
will never see Lindsay.
We've
She's like,
had
"Oh,
really fun days
2
on this
o'clock?
show.
I'd be
2 o'clock. Do I have to?
I'd be your
No.
Italian correspondent phoning in from
We have
the
had
Amalfi
so much
Coast.
fun on these shows, but the ones that suck really suck, and nobody wants to do that.
So, Gerald, what did Monty say at the presser? I don't know. The reception's pretty bad here in the middle of my beautiful yacht. Sorry.
The hell if I know. What's up basketball?
Also, it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
I would do.
goodness.
I'd say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like my wife actually asked me the other day. She's like, "What if we hit the lotto?" I was like, "It'd be cool for like a year to just do whatever you want. Then what?
Yeah.
Like you have all the money that you need. Like I'd probably just want to keep doing this. Like it's fun. This is fun to me. So
Well, when you
Yeah.
have no pressure, like because House is paid, cars paid. Like
Oh,
you're not
yeah.
worried about bills.
It takes the anxiety off
Our
of
network would
life.
be on a whole nother level because there would be no level of give a fuck at all.
Oh, Brian said buy the Suns. I think you're going to need more than $1 million to do that.
Yeah.
But I like where your head's at. Okay, so Suns video breakdown in the Discord said if you guys weren't working in basketball or sports in general, what other career path would you have chosen?
Late night comedy.
Hey.
I would have loved to have been a writer
fun.
for a late night comedy show.
That'd be super fun.
Trying to think. At a younger age, if I hadn't decided to like go with basketball and writing about basketball,
Italian
I would have
Prince.
liked to like learn an instrument and be a musician. Like I love rock music, so that probably would have been either that or just like creative writing. Like I would write a series of novels or something and try to get rich that way.
You can still do that.
You should do that.
I don't
It's
know.
not too late.
I
Get
feel
it
like
together,
I feel like
Gerald.
when your job is
Write us a
writing, like the
book.
last thing you want to do when you're done.
Institute.
Mhm.
We were both going to try and get into the school. We saw how much it costs. I was like, you know what? You could do that. I'll just continue to work until you're done and then I'll do it.
Yeah.
I ended up joining the military, but I always look back on that. I'm like, damn, you know what? I really wish I would have done it because like, I think just being a chef right now would be just boss as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's a great like skill to have, honestly.
Yeah. I only wanted to do it before because I thought like, back when I was single, I was like, man, if I could cook.
Oh boy.
And the ladies, they just come flocking, right? No? Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's what the saying is, but close.
If you enjoy, as you do, chef stuff,
Oh.
I recommend the show Bear on Hulu or FX, however you
I heard that's good.
watch, but very good. Very interesting.
I wanted to answer a question in the chat because people were asking what type of rock music or bands. It's all over the place. Like I'll listen to punk, I'll listen to screamo, I'll listen to alternative, like everything
Wait,
in
what?
between.
What is screamo?
Like
I'm old. All right.
well, you know, like
it's like death metal.
it was like death
Okay,
metal,
okay.
screamo, emo,
Okay, I know.
post-hardcore.
Okay, okay. It was a combination of two things I know. All right, that's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah. Coda said thrash? Question mark, question mark?
yeah. On occasion.
That wasn't a very solid yeah.
Well, I mean, I it's kind of all over the place. It depends on what mood I'm in, honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have thought about this for a long time. Like if I were to ever leave sports and change career paths, and I can't figure it out. I have no clue.
And when she does, she won't be here.
Honestly, I was
I think that's saying something that like I literally cannot think of anything else I would rather be doing.
from the time you left the Suns to now, like in between, like you never had something that popped up or you were like, you know what? I could see this being something I did.
No, because it was all still everything I was doing in between was the same things. I was producing, I was hosting things, and a lot of it was around sports and video production.
Hello took the words right out of my mouth. Book cover model resurgence.
That's what I need to work
The
on.
South will rise again.
The only problem is it's not quite consistent enough, and it doesn't really pay all too well, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's tough.
Gerald, what's your favorite punk band? Or punk bank, as so says Jay. Actually, does.
Probably the Wonder Years. They're more pop punk, but I love the Wonder Years, Mayday Parade. Those are probably up there.
All
I know
right.
I'm speaking a different language for you guys right now.
I don't know what I thought. Oh yeah, Wonder Years, great 80s TV show. I don't know what the hell you were talking
What
about.
would you do
otherwise.
if I sang out of tune? Would you
I'd
walk
walk
up
out.
and you stand up and walk out on me? I don't know.
I know the song.
You should. It's a Beatles song.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Mike B said Flogging Molly. That's a fun band. I saw them like 3 times at the Tempe Market or Tempe Town Lake.
It's always been my goal to see like them or Dropkick Murphys on St.
I've
Patty's
seen them
Day.
both,
I like
and
Dropkick
it's
Murphys.
so
I do
fun.
like Dropkick.
Highly
Yeah.
recommend.
Really?
What was the St. Patty's Day concert they used to always have at Tempe Town Lake?
Oh, I forgot what it was called.
That's
but
where
yeah.
I saw both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I know
A
that they
blast.
play like
Absolute
I know
blast.
Dropkick Murphys plays like legendary St. Patty's Day shows in Boston. Like that would be fun.
At least I think that's where I saw both of them.
Yeah.
it was
I'm
so
pretty
good
sure it
she
was St.
can't
Patty's
remember.
Day. I mean,
Say anything's good
I was
too.
a little bit more fun back in the day. Fun fact, I've crowd surfed like 7 or 8 times.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wait a
Never would have guessed that.
Wait
Wait
a
What?
minute.
When I tell you I was fun back in my day,
I was
I
fun.
was fun, okay?
You're
We
not
just
even
don't know that
old.
side of you.
Well, it's because I'm allergic to alcohol now, and that helps you with the
yeah.
funness,
Okay,
right?
that's why
like,
you're- okay.
you have a few shots at a Blink-182 concert, you go get lost in the pit, then you get really hot and squished, and you turn to a guy next to you, and you're like, hey, I got to get out of here. And he says, okay, launches you in the air. You
yes.
crowd surf for the first time. You run back out. You find your friends like, we're fucking doing that again. And then it was just... the rest is history. Every concert I ever went to that was like that style of music. You did, because it used to be so much fun. Turn it up! Like, it was... that experience deserved an F-bomb because it was seriously so much fun.
Hold on.
So much fun.
Why do I find that the Blink-182 part was the most surprising of anything you just said, though?
I mean, I don't know. Blink-182 is legit.
They're good
especially
live.
back in the day. And
Oh, they're good live.
yes.
Yeah.
So fun.
I agree. I wouldn't have pegged you for Blink-182. So.
I used to be fun.
I'm
okay?
also
Just trust me.
Lindsay's like you can't drink. I get that.
Mhm.
There's got to be some other way we can get you to have
Fun.
OGs.
We already did that
Around
ad
us.
read, so we don't need to
I
cue her up
know,
again.
I know.
I
I didn't realize she was gonna say this.
I feel like this is why I'm so tired now, because I used up all of my energy back in the day.
Crowd surfed 10 years ago.
She's very much trying to give us.
Twice.
She's trying to give us Jenny from freaking Forrest Gump vibes right now, where she just partied too hard as a younger
Right?
person, and now it's
It
all
did.
over.
It did.
It's all over.
I had a good life. It was fun.
Oh, man.
I had a good day.
Wow.
I didn't mean it in that way.
This is what she's thinking as the zombies start to eat her.
She's like, yeah, I had a good life.
Man, do you remember that crowd surfing? It was so much better than these zombies.
Okay, let's move on. Tim from the Discord said, if you were a Marvel Avenger for the rest of your life, who would you choose and why?
Oh my
I
God.
mean, so growing up, my favorite superhero was Black Panther, but I don't think I meet the requisites for that one. So I think I'm just being honest.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
So you don't subscribe to color as a state of mind?
I don't think people would embrace me as the Black Panther is what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
So
No.
I'd probably go Thor. I feel like he's pretty cool.
So you went with the hot guy.
Natalie Portman, man.
Such
Like,
humility there, Gerald.
I don't think you meet
I'd
the
go with
requirements to
Thor.
be
I can't
Natalie
be Black
Portman
Panther,
either.
but
I was
gonna
asked a
go-
question. I would go with Thor.
Who's the most evil one? I want to be that
Scarlet Witch. That would be.
one. Let's go. Either that or Mantis, because she's just so precious.
I,
Just a
I
little
feel like
sweetie.
I feel like I have to go either Doctor Strange or Chris Pratt and
Star Lord.
Star Lord. Thank you.
hmm
I feel because sarcastic, a little bitter. It's probably Doctor Strange when I.
He has a
I
good
think about
soundtrack
it.
when he's
Yeah.
fighting bad guys too.
Yeah.
You want to be Groot? Groot is a
No.
fun character.
No, I'd probably be.
Or
Black
the
Panther.
raccoon?
I'd probably be Black Panther.
Okay. I feel like Rocket Raccoon would be fun too.
Yeah,
He's got a mouth on him for
He's
sure.
so sassy. I love him.
wouldn't need to give a crap about anything. He didn't. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I love that one. Thank you for your question, Tim. Let me find a few more here. Okay. What's the worst sport to watch?
Baseball.
Oh, baseball.
The Olympics.
Shane is so mad at us right now.
What?
The Olympics, because like every 4 years you're forced to care about, or every 2 years you're forced to care about these obscure things that you're never going to watch again until the next Olympics.
I don't think
And
you're forced
it's
to do
boring.
it.
which-
It's
That
like-
is the
it's just-
worst
like,
take
which
I've ever
sport?
heard.
Yeah.
But like which sport? Because there's multiple sports at the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many sports. Like
All of it.
I don't watch
All
swimming
of
on a
it.
regular basis,
All of
but
it.
when the Olympics come around, I'm naturally invested in it, just amazed at how fast these guys and girls or women can swim in these pools. Like, holy
And
shit!
diving is super fun.
Yeah,
Great.
like
Congratulations. I don't give a shit. I can go watch people swim at the YMCA. Don't want to do it. All right. I don't care about the Olympics. Even the basketball is watered down and boring most of the time. All right.
yeah.
I do not like, I don't
You
get
don't
it.
like life, is what you don't.
I don't
So
get it.
spicy today.
Espo hates everything.
No.
Spicy.
The only thing
Espo.
Espo that I know for a fact loves is his wife and his kid. Outside of that, everything can go fuck itself.
Not true.
Loves the color
What
purple.
else do
You know,
like?
I love watching 80s and 90s late night sketches. You've caught me watching those on YouTube,
yeah.
and I smile.
It very much
like
feels
I-
like
like I haven't.
I'm in the room with like an 80-year-old watching He literally watches Johnny Carson in our office.
No, I watch Letterman and Conan clips.
1980s Letterman.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The good Letterman.
Like right
The
after
good
Johnny.
Letterman.
Oh man.
I
Can we talk about the baseball thing? Because I feel like people go to baseball games to get the beer, to get the food, to be in the environment. They don't watch the fucking game.
Baseball is noise in the
baseball.
background.
It's hard because like I've been to Fenway Park, and it's a completely different vibe than it is going to Chase Field.
Sure.
And it just is like there. Everybody's paying attention to the game. Sure, there's chatter and stuff like that, but it's just on a different level. You go to Chase Field, and it's just like it definitely feels like you just walked into a warehouse, and it's fucking.
You're
boring.
saying it just depends on the city that you're watching the baseball.
It's fair, but I've been to Wrigley and watched a Cubs game there, and I could not tell you one thing that happened in that game.
Yeah, but the experience was really, really cool.
But again, you go to it's not the sport
experience.
itself; it's the whole experience.
So
feel
was
like-
the question just sport or to watch?
To watch.
Watch.
Okay, then I'll say this, and I'm gonna piss some people off in this building. Golf is awful to watch on television. Fun to play in a video game, unless it's like the last day of a tournament and it's coming down to the last few holes. I cannot watch it. I do not need 4 days of guys playing golf for it to get interesting. No, thank you.
I feel you on that one. I don't think golf is just something that I can really get on board with as far as like watching it as religiously as like basketball.
I enjoy watching it, but kind of like baseball, it's one of those where I'll tune in and out. As far as like, I like golf because they show a lot of the highlights as they go, and they just hit shots that I'm just like, holy shit, how do they do that consistently? So I kind of marvel at it, but yeah.
Somebody said Hello said horse dancing.
Is that a thing?
I feel like I'd watch
I
it
would
once.
enjoy that at least one time, right?
I like to imagine it's a human dancing with a horse and not riding a
I
horse.
liked
to
it
music.
when what was it, Snoop Dogg commentated on stuff like that at the
like
Olympics. That
Okay,
was really
that's
fun. That was
yeah.
entertaining.
Well, if you need a reason to watch something like baseball, betting on it makes it a lot more fun.
I was just gonna ask if betting on
Betting
sports
on-
that you don't enjoy watching will make it more bearable
Dude,
to watch.
betting on golf is
because
so
now you
electric.
have something.
Betting
to
on
lose.
golf is so fun. It's so fun.
Hey, I bet live on a cricket match here, and it made me interested in cricket for about 5 minutes. So, congratulations.
So the moral of the story is, if you'd like to try getting into a sport that just really hasn't piqued your interest, you should watch it alongside the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
There we go.
So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code PHNX. When you make your first deposit, you're going to get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. Again, that's using the promo code PHNX. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility.
What is
Restrictions
happening?
apply. See show notes for details.
Oh, man,
Why do we have a bongo cam?
Cut to the two shot.
What is happening?
Oh my God.
We got a bongo cam, everybody.
Someone was just praising our transitions, and then we hit him with the bongo cam.
Bongo cam.
I just felt like every now and then when you're at a game, they have these stupid ass things that pop up on the screen and they force you to have to participate. And we figured, you know what? During one of Lindsay's ad reads, we're just going to throw some dumb shit up here and we're going to do it too. Why not?
Just wait. Monday's Kiss Cam. So get ready for that.
We're going to need to get a fourth camera on these two for Monday's show, Shane. Just keep that in your back pocket. Okay. My name is Fat Mike in the Discord said, aside from Lindsay's Emmys, are there any...
The rule is married people can't kiss married people. All three of us are married, so we all have to kiss Gerald.
I have a girlfriend.
Moving on. My name is Fat Mike in the Discord said, aside from Lindsay's Emmys, are there any other accolades any of you have that you're proud of? Examples could be most popular in high school, hot wing eating contest, poker tournament champ, something like that.
So we're going to brag about ourselves right now? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, but like old things.
Yeah, it's all
We
old
did.
things.
Well, voted most likely to appear in Playgirl in high school. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, I have a hard time believing I'm
Really?
high
You're
school.
kidding?
I looked damn good in high school. I weighed like 135 pounds. I was a good-looking guy. I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm a good-looking guy.
He had to say, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. In 2008, I won, along with a couple co-hosts, the Best of the Valley podcast from Phoenix Magazine. So
that's cool.
Hey,
That's what I'm proud of.
nice.
That's nice.
Cool.
Okay. Anybody else got one?
I don't really have like accolades or anything. I mean, winning a state championship in basketball in high school was pretty cool, but that's
pretty dope.
I mean, that was really fun. That was a life-changing experience. I'll say that.
What are there, like 3 teams in New Mexico?
How dare you?
Damn.
There are like 30.
There's 2 things really. One, I still hold the Arizona State record for most consecutive free throws in a season.
Okay.
For 5A.
What's it at?
The kid that broke the record, was in 4A, so I still hold the 5A record. And
All
he
right.
holds the 4A.
There you go.
And he was from my high school.
Oh, really?
So apparently Marcus Deniza is the center of all things free throws. It was 43 in a row.
43 in a
It
row.
was 43 in a row. And
Could
he
you-
broke it with 48, I think.
Could you hit 43 free throws in a row now?
I could.
All right.
Yeah. And then I was actually a 3-time annual award winner. I was NCO of the year 3 times in a year when I was in the military. So I was pretty proud of that.
Nice.
Josh won a state writing award in Arizona.
Go.
That's
Nice. Very
awesome.
cool.
I can't think of anything, and the only thing that I can think of, I feel like is bragging, and I don't love it. But it's just because he had mentioned like high school class categories that you get, and I was class heartthrob.
Oh,
But I
class
feel like that's
heartthrob?
bragging.
All of this is bragging. That's the whole point of it.
yeah. And little did they know she would
Were you
capture
prom queen?
the.
No,
Oh, what?
I was not.
How are you class heartthrob but not prom queen?
Don't ask me.
She was robbed.
She wasn't popular. That was.
She was
what
just
it
the hottest, but not
Yeah,
not the most
she-
popular.
Maybe.
She was
Heart-throbbed.
intriguing.
She was heart throbbed.
Nailed it.
There it is. There it is.
You should have been the New York Post headline model. That should have been your
I
job.
don't
My
know if that's a
goodness.
compliment or not.
I Love Lob said I taught my dog how to give me a handshake.
Glad that was shake.
Not every dog knows how to do that, so I'm very happy for you.
Holy shit.
It's rude.
I thought I was going somewhere else.
Rude.
I hate all of it.
I didn't do anything.
So this is one of those fun shows that Lindsay.
Oh man.
Okay, Pat Cat.
Dagoon says I was Golden Gloves when I was in prison for soccer. I thought it was real.
Please read.
As soon
Please
as I
read
saw
the
comments, I was
comments.
like, "Oh no!"
Please read the comments before actually reading them out loud.
You got me, Dagoon. You got me.
Oh my God. Coda Kid said I won Employee of the Month once. I've never gotten that award, so.
Oh.
And it's not looking good for July.
It's okay. I've come to terms with I'll never be an Employee of the Month. It's okay. All right. Pat Cat said, what's your favorite place to go in downtown Phoenix?
I like Bitter and Twisted.
That's a
It's
good
a little
one.
bar right by Footprint Center. They have a cocktail menu that's literally like a fairy tale book, and they have all different types of drinks on each fairy tale that are based off of the fairy tale, and it's really dope. I really love it, and they're like literal like mixologists, like top notch ones. So every drink I've ever had there has been phenomenal.
They serve them in unique
Different
vessels
things,
too.
yeah.
Downtown Phoenix, Chibo. I love
Yeah,
Chibo downtown.
Good one.
I would probably say, what was it? Bars?
Just any place downtown.
Well, I mean, for food, Monroe's Hot Chicken for sure
This guy.
would be at the top. Please
Get
give me
that
my
sponsorship.
sponsorship already. And then for like bars or whatnot, I like Palma. That's like a newer one. It's pretty cool. That has like this outdoor area with like all these palm trees and like misters, and they serve like what's it called, Mai Tais in these little like Chinese what are they called, to go boxes. It's a pretty cool vibe, and then it connects to Champagne Lanes, which is pretty cool. So I like those places.
I like Serafina's. It's a coffee shop really close to Bitter and Twisted, actually. It's in the same building, just a little bit up the block. Really good coffee, really good people. My go-to is an iced honey vanilla latte over there, and it is bomb.
Okay.
It's so good. Highly recommend their coffee shop. And then Shoot, now I can't remember the name. It's on Roosevelt. It's been there forever. Really close to, it's on the north side of Roosevelt. Shoot, now I can't remember, but they have really good, like a cheese dish.
I used to like
Oh,
the
God, no, I
Subway
don't.
that was where Monroe's hot chicken.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
when I was working downtown.
Did you just say you like Subway?
No,
Yes,
listen,
that's exactly what he said.
when
What is wrong with
when I
you?
started working downtown for the Suns, it was before Cityscape opened, and it was literally the only place you could walk to get lunch. So it was more of a survival tactic than anything.
It was Carly's. That's what I was trying to think of. Carly's is good. Also, there's another one downtown called Rough Rider, and it's in the basement of a building, and it's got a really cool old school vibe. You have to get the cauliflower. Oh my God, it's so good.
I've never been to Hanny's. Have you guys ever been to Hanny's?
Yeah,
Hanny's
I
is
don't
cool.
like it.
It's
I've never been-
overpriced.
It's overpriced, but it's cool, and they have good cocktails there.
There's also some other like speakeasies around there. Where
There are
you
a
can,
lot now. There's a lot of stuff in downtown Phoenix.
Hanny's basement is terrifying.
It
all
really
mannequins,
is.
down,
right?
No,
Yeah.
you walk down the stairs, and literally it's an unfinished area with all these fences, and stuff. And there's this little, what looks like a shrine with dolls in it that look disturbing as hell. Yes,
Damn,
Lindsay?
Sorry, I just forgot about this, and Sly brought it up. I don't know how to pronounce it. Velorio
Mhm.
coffee.
Yeah.
It's a Goff coffee shop, and it is actually really bomb. And they have really good
Where's
pon
that
there
at?
as well. It's on Grand. So I don't remember there's a bar in front of it, like a little it's just a bar in front of it that's right on Grand. And then right behind the bar, it's a bunch of like containers that are turned into like little mini shops. There's an ice cream shop in there, I think a tattoo shop and like a piercing shop and this coffee shop. It's so good.
Do they serve all their coffees black? Since it's a
No,
goth
but there's
coffee
only
shop?
like 3 or 4 coffees on the menu, and they're specialty coffees, but they're so good.
Okay.
That's a
I
good
love
one,
that she
Sly.
took that as a serious question. But it was just a dumb joke.
Every time.
Oh,
every
I'm
time
aware.
I know.
I am aware.
Every time Espo makes a stupid ass comment,
Hey.
Shane and I just look at each other.
One of them made Shane almost pee his pants back there. He's laughing so damn hard. So
Also, shout out Taco Boys, Taco Cello, and Gallo
Yes.
Blanco. Those
Yep.
places are all bomb.
Not too bad. Grand Ave is super dope. Ramon said the same thing in the chat. If you guys have ventured out in downtown Phoenix and you haven't quite made it over to Grand Ave yet, highly recommend.
It's
There's
quirky.
a lot of cool
Elite.
stuff. A lot of cool stuff. All right, we're going to round out with a question from the chat, if I can figure out where it went. Charles said, what was the best draft done by PHNX this year? What was y'all's favorite draft that we did?
I mean, to me, it's a tie between Cardinals and Coyotes because they were both on location.
Not
No, sir.
shows.
No, sir. Not literal
Snake
drafts.
drafts.
Snake drafts.
I don't know. He didn't say snake draft.
I thought that was implied.
I don't think it was.
There's only been 3 drafts so far, right?
I don't
Wait a
know
second.
Which one of the 3 were the best?
hold on.
No,
He
no, no,
picks
no,
the
no.
2 that aren't us, too. I'm offended
I
now.
mean, to be fair, our draft was
Was
non-existent.
We had
Spectacular.
Our
going
show
on.
was
Our
phenomenal.
show was great.
Best 5 hours we've ever done with nothing to talk about.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we got a qualifier.
There we go.
So-
Jesus,
Our
Charles.
favorite snake drafts. What have we done? We've done ice cream, Pixar.
It wasn't chairs, I'll tell you that much.
Superheroes.
You know what? I'll give
Superheroes.
Lindsay credit. The chair draft was actually more entertaining than I
Thank
thought it was
you.
going to be.
Wait, when did we
you.
do the chair
We
draft?
didn't.
You
They did it on
didn't do a
ASU.
Some
chair
of us
draft.
did it.
I jumped shows
And
to
she
do
lost.
a chair draft.
And she lost
I came in
bad.
second.
You lost
place.
at your
Yeah.
own draft?
But she lost bad. It was
I
like
came in second.
64 to 32 to like 2.
What was the one that we drafted
bad
employees? That one was awkward
Oh,
and yet
God.
hilarious.
I don't remember that
I
one.
don't
Did we
remember. That
do
was
that?
a while back.
Yes.
I don't remember
Oh,
that.
Hunger Games. Wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
thought we did a
Hunger
Hunger Games
Oh,
one.
Yeah.
right.
My favorite was the fast food one.
I
I like that
enjoyed
one.
the superhero one because of how angry it made the 2 of you.
What? You didn't
I
draft
enjoyed
any
watching that.
superheroes. You
'Cause I wasn't
drafted
here
all
for that one.
villains.
Yeah, you didn't follow the rules.
I did follow the
Congratulations.
rules. They were superheroes, in my opinion.
That's not.
You don't get to decide what a superhero
I'm gonna
is.
buy you
Espo
a
and
Thanos
Gerald.
was
No,
right mug.
No,
for Christmas.
Marvel and DC decide who are superheroes and who are villains.
Lindsay turns around and she's just looking away. I just watch her on the screen. She's just not like I'm not here for
Just
this.
turn your head. No, I'm not listening.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea which one of those was
Movie
my favorite.
franchises one was fun.
Movie franchises was pretty fun.
You're saying none of them?
So I was like, I hated them all.
I hate
They're like
every
my
single
kids.
one.
I love them
Fantasy-
all the same.
Fantasy draft.
There we go. There's a diplomatic
Not
answer.
very much.
Liar.
Like,
If we had done chairs, I will say that I would not have liked to do that one.
It was
Hey,
fun.
I found it entertaining. I mean, I would have been
It's not my
terrible
fault.
at
You
it,
guys
but
are lame.
I would have been just like Lindsay, really terrible.
Could we
at
expand it
so-
to just all pieces of furniture?
No, it was
Mm.
just chairs.
Well,
Charles said fast food was funny. I agree.
That was a good
fast
one.
food one was definitely
Fast
funny.
food, I got robbed.
No,
That
you
was what
didn't.
made it partially funny.
I mean, did you though?
I had 3 of the top 5 fast food franchises.
You
of
had
all
3 of the
time.
most popular. That doesn't make them the best.
Yeah, the most lucrative.
That doesn't mean they're good.
We weren't saying draft the best business models in fast food.
I was trying to go with popularity.
I mean, but it
And
was
those
fast
3.
food and you had Starbucks. I feel like that held you back.
Everybody and their mom goes to Starbucks every single day,
For
Gerald.
coffee, but when you think fast food, you don't think like Starbucks.
What?
Do any of you have any final questions you'd like to ask the group before we
I
say
see you
goodbye?
back there brewing the coffee, damn it.
I don't drink coffee, so
No? Okay.
What? Say
No,
that again? What'd you say?
Said any of you have any final questions for the group before we say goodbye?
No.
All right.
So
well,
hold on, I want to know this.
Oh.
Do you guys remember? Are you people that remember your dreams or have no recollection of what you?
I
dreamt
remember
of?
like half of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
I remember some of them, but yeah, not a lot.
I remember hardly any of my
I only
dreams.
remember the nightmares though.
I
Or, like
only
the
remember-
negative ones.
Yeah, I only remember like I always have 2 types of dreams. Ones that are like terrifying, and I don't like those.
Mhm.
And then ones where I swear it's like I'm trying to hook up with like the most popular girl in high school, and I get really close to kissing her, and I wake up every fucking time.
It's tough.
It's the worst thing ever, which is almost like a nightmare.
Can we make it clear that in this dream you're still in high school?
Oh my god.
I just want to clarify for your own safety.
Oh,
Such an asshole.
we should have let Lindsay cut him off.
Hello wants to know what's our most embarrassing moment
Wait,
on the
hold
show.
on. Have you ever had a dream that your teeth fall out?
Yes.
It is the
No.
worst
Yes.
thing in the entire
I've never-
world.
Have you had the fingernail
No.
dream
No,
where
I've never had
your
that.
fingernails come out? Oh God.
No, I have,
Oh.
but when I like put something on my car keychain, you have to like lift it up, and it's kind of hard to lift up. I always have that fear that it's just gonna.
I've
snap
had
off.
the paralyzed dream.
I haven't had that.
That shit is scary as fuck.
I wouldn't like that
Because
at
you
all.
really feel like you can't fucking wake up.
Sleep
you can't
paralysis, right?
move. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's not fun.
No, that would
it's
be
not fun at
horrible.
all.
Whenever I have a dream, I hope I don't have it now that I brought it up, but whenever I have a dream that my teeth are falling out, I always feel like my teeth hurt for the next week. And like, I'm so afraid, like I will not bite into an apple. If there's anything that I have to bite into that is just a little bit on the harder side, I'm not doing it. I'm cutting it and putting it, because it literally screws with my mind for at least a week. Like I feel like my teeth are going to chip or fall out.
It's so weird how
crazy.
like when you have a dream and then you wake up, like my dreams, like nightmares, I'm falling, and then when I wake up, I'm like, oh fuck, like I feel like I was falling.
So I got a good story. So my dad one time, I was watching baseball. I don't know how. And somebody was pitching a no-hitter, and my dad was sleeping on the couch, and he was having a kung fu dream. And he was like, because I saw his hands, he was like, like doing this, and then all of a sudden he was laying around outside, and he just was like, yeah, and he kicked the coffee table right in front of me. And I like jumped out of my seat, and my dad's deaf, so he can't vocalize what it is. So he just makes a loud noise. So he's just like, the whole time, and he broke his toe.
Oh, no.
He fucking karate kicked the fucking coffee table. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. I just laughed so hard at him,
Oh.
and he's sitting there holding his toe and it's broken. I was just like, oh shit.
So your dad had like a dream that like dogs have, where they're like
Yeah, he was
running and
like-
like
he
moving,
was like-
but he was like doing kung fu.
You guys do that?
Did your dad know kung fu, or was this just like
No.
that makes it even better?
My dad's name is Leroy, so he literally thought he was Bruce Leroy in the moment.
That's fantastic.
Oh my gosh. Ricardo in the chat said, how can you know if half of them that you remember half of them. If you don't remember, there might be a lot that you didn't remember.
That's true.
What I was saying anyway
Nights.
is I remember half of that night's dream. Like I can remember bits and pieces, but not the full dream. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
If you guys.
So, Hello wants to know what our most embarrassing moment on this show was.
Ooh.
I think it was every time I yelled, "The Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA," because they weren't.
For the rest of us.
At the moment, it was factually correct.
It's embarrassing in hindsight. So.
Something about. Oh yeah, hello. That was a good one. I don't want to read it because.
I'll read it. Definitely my favorite moment was commenting about Lindsay and Utah people dating family members. Espo read it out loud, and Lindsay was taken off screen for 2 minutes laughing.
That was really awkward.
That's a good one.
It was funny, but it was really awkward. That's for sure. Do you guys have an embarrassing one?
I'm trying to think.
I feel like I do, but
He
I just
has
can't
one for me,
remember that.
apparently. Jacob, what do you got
Gerald
for me?
having naked photos on the screen.
Oh,
yeah, that was...
Also, let
Also-
me just do a disclaimer real quick
Yes.
in case everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's preface that.
It's a Photoshop of not entirely nude, but
I mean,
you know, like the,
he's laying down
my
in front of
head
her.
on, like-
romantic novel style photos of men with Gerald's head photoshopped on them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just before anybody freaks out or tries to go finding them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You'll have to visit Gerald's OnlyFans page.
Don't Google girth nude.
Yeah, don't do that.
I promise you, you're not gonna like what you see.
Don't
It's
do
much
that.
like Fournier. Don't go to Google image that either.
Tastefully boudoir. Yes.
Oh, God.
I don't really know if there's anything really like too embarrassing that I mean, I fumbled my words. I think that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever.
You know, my coughing fit the other day was pretty
That
damn
was
embarrassing.
funny, though.
Funny for you. It was pretty
Yeah.
damn embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally had to walk out of the room, and there was no easy way to do that either.
Yeah, that one was definitely entertaining.
Also, maybe the time that I didn't realize the screenshots that we were doing were were not real.
Yes.
And
I made
I
up
thought
the
they were
fake-
actual
The
tweets.
fake tweets for the past. God.
We should revisit that episode and wait for that clip.
Oh my God!
It was
Yes.
so precious because wasn't it like which one was it? Was it
it was
about yours?
you.
It was about something me tweeting about.
Yeah, I was like, from the past, I hope one day I get to do such and such,
Yeah.
which you actually did. And I was like, oh, you actually got to do that.
That's
That's
so
cool.
great. Oh, man, it's so awesome.
I mean,
It
I don't know
seems so
if that's-
genuine.
I don't know if that's embarrassing because it was really
It was-
sweet.
it was
in the
very
moment.
gullible.
I think it was embarrassing because you didn't realize that it was fake, but your
Yeah.
actual reaction was very sweet.
Hello says not embarrassing but funny. Saw drunk in Denver. Saw
Yeah,
was drunk and singing. I was like, I was singing.
you were doing a
Oh
lot.
God, that
He was doing the most.
Are you judging me right now?
was the one. Was that the one we had to do from our phones too? Because we had no studio.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it was so bad.
Yeah, Espo was drunk too. I finally got him drunk.
I was.
so.
This is true.
Someone said
Oh.
when Saul sneezed, the demons awake.
That was a good one.
That was very funny.
I forgot about that.
Lindsay and the bug the other day was pretty
Oh,
embarrassing.
that's true.
too.
The bug was a good one.
So, where is Panda? He hasn't been in the chat since then.
Oh,
So
it's kind
we're
of funny
having
that
this.
it's kind of funny. Shane is on the other
Right?
show,
Yeah.
but Panda's not here.
Panda's suddenly
All
gone.
I'm going to say is if any of you in the chat know who Panda Player, I don't remember what the number was, but it was
11.
Panda Player
Panda
something.
Player 11.
Panda Player 11. If you know them in real life, I need you to tell me who they are. I promise I'm not going to do anything. I just need to know if it's Shane or not because I am fully convinced that it was Shane setting me up this whole
Same.
time and had this elaborate prank plan that none of you knew about.
Message Emma. Emma has her ways to figure those things
There
out.
we go.
I swear.
Get the dirt.
And Shane tried to convince me that it wasn't him today, but I was like,
Certainly felt like
I feel because Panda hasn't been back in the chat all week.
Mm-mm.
Can
All week.
Can I bring up one other thing that's a little embarrassing? The way that they pronounce your name on 98.7, if they ever reference your articles.
Wait, what is it?
Bourget, I think is the way they say it.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Well, somebody send your boy a message, Espo.
It's not a big deal. Everybody
I-
gets my name wrong.
I did once. Now I'll go have a conversation.
As long as they're not calling me Girth Lord on there, that's fine.
His name's Girth, damn it. Call him what he wants to be called.
All right. Well, I think that's it. just a reminder,
Is this show everything that you hoped it would be?
it was pretty good.
Like being part of this little crew right here? This.
Oh,
you
I
mean
thought you
in
meant
general?
this like today. Are you talking in general?
Yeah, I'm talking in general.
I don't think I came in with really any expectations.
Low
So the bar was low.
The bar was very low.
The
We
bar
just
was the floor.
stepped over
I
it.
just actually, you know what? That is a question that I completely forgot, and I don't know where it went. But somebody asked our PHNX stories, like, how did we all get here? I literally don't know where it went. It's not on my rundown anymore. But I don't think I just don't think I knew what to expect. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just not going to have any expectations, so that it just is what it is.
What was
I was after Lindsay for like 2 years. Ever since the whole transformation thing, I was like, Lindsay, come on, Lindsay, come do this podcast with us. Come do this podcast with us. And she would be really nice and be like, no, I'm good. No, I'm
Mostly
good.
because we didn't have any money.
Well, no,
Let's
I
be
know. I was getting
honest.
everybody for free. And I was like, come on, Linz, do it for the love. She was like, I don't love it that much. And I was like, damn it. Okay. But then it all worked out.
Yep.
So
All came together.
I'll give Lindsay credit. We asked her to come on the solar panel,
She did.
and it was at 8 a.m. on a Saturday,
This is
and she
true.
found a way to. I'm still convinced she never went to bed the night
to
before.
this
so-
day,
This is true. You guys can never talk trash about me again.
at the time, I didn't realize how big of a deal that was. Now I
Now.
understand that's a huge
Yeah,
That was a
deal.
miracle.
So yeah, I don't even know how we got that to happen. But
yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. About a year ago was when this all started coming together, right?
Yep.
And I had briefly talked to Adam Mares up in DNVR and had over the years and was just like, really like what you guys are doing at DNVR. And I get this random message, hey, if we came down to Phoenix, would you be interested? And I was like,
Well,
yeah.
Well, Espo and I, so literally, here we're just going to open up the cupboard. So Espo and I had like 7 different podcasts over at Valley Sports Arizona, and I was really excited about them. But our GM nixed them all, just cut them all. Said there's no money in podcasting, there's no future in podcasting. But he said that I could stay on with the solar panel and continue to do that. So
Biggest mistake ever.
that was the biggest mistake ever, because from that point, Espo and I started talking. We're like, you know what? Let's do our own network. And so we literally came up with a great idea to open up, to launch the Dry Heat Sports Network. Like we had logos. I have an LLC still out for it. We have
I have a
video
business
for
bank
it.
account
Like,
still out for that.
I was soliciting help from Jacob, who was still working for Valley Sports Arizona. I was like, hey, let's just do this on the side. It was the coolest thing ever. And then we had a conversation with Adam Mares at DNVR.
Yeah, just for some ideas.
and
stuff.
it just didn't seem like it was going to go anywhere. So I was like, all right, well, let's move on with our thing. And then Espo started talking to me like, you know how your girlfriend was like about to break up with you? And she's like,
No.
oh, you don't have to worry about this guy. It's all good. You know, it's just
Espo
kind of
was trying to
subtle.
break up with
Espo
you?
was like trying to like lay the groundwork for a breakup. And I was like, and then finally
Wow.
I was like, Espo, just tell me, like, if you got to go, you got to go. And then Espo, to his credit, and I love him for this, he said, when they offered him a job, he told them, I can't go until you guys at least talk to Saul, because he's my guy. And so they called me, and inadvertently Espo got them to hire me to be his boss, which is so fucking weird. But
see,
like
that's
that's why I love this guy. That's why every time people are like, do you guys really hate each other? Hell no. Like, I love him more than anybody else in the world except for my family. Like, because he hooked me up and he got us to do basically what we'd always dreamed to do. It was fucking awesome.
Look,
And that's why
man,
we're here.
I'm playing 4D chess here. When you're the reason your boss got a job, you're not losing your job. So look at
You
that.
better not. You
Look at
better
that.
not.
No,
That's
look,
a good point.
Look, it wasn't I was laying the groundwork to break up with you. I just had somebody flirting with me heavily, and I
know.
had to just find out what was
Listen,
going on
what
with
is,
Brandon
what is the thing
Spano.
that you say all the time, Saul?
You're only as faithful as your options.
There you go.
Look,
Jesus.
look,
You can't blame him.
2.5 hour conversation one night with Brandon Spano, the first time I ever talked to him, and our CEO at All City, and it changed my life, because that was when it was like, we're doing this. And we have 5 weeks to figure it out, because we're launching at the beginning of September, and the rest is history.
And then,
We haven't stopped since.
then it was like July 27th or something like that. And they were like, oh, yeah, by the way, we launched September 9th.
Yeah.
And we had to find an office. We had to find a studio. We had to find people. Like we had to make like just recruit, and it was just a shit show for like 4.5, 5 weeks, and then we launched, and it was just like, oh my gosh. And it still hasn't really stopped, but it's been awesome every step of the way.
Hello. Espo's going to be the boss, but they like to sell his resume more. No, I realize sometimes the best strength you can have is understanding your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And I would have been a shitty GM. So that's why I said, I think I can head up content.
Self-awareness is an underrated quality to have. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
I think that should
Unless
be
you
it.
want to bare your soul on anything else, guys. No?
That was a
All
good,
right,
it was a
we're
good palate cleansing.
Yeah, it was.
I have one last question.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
really random and
Okay.
mainly just because I want to be really angry at my neighbor.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You know how-
before can I answer this question real quick?
Yes.
Sorry. So Brian in the chat is like, so why didn't you guys include Dave King? Dave King is
Should
at the
we
solo
ask
panel.
Gerald to leave the room first?
No. So full disclosure, Dave King has a full-time job that pays him very, very well.
He works for the government, all right?
He was-
I don't
there
wear all his dirty laundry.
There was no way he was going to come over here. He knew that. We knew that. So that's why the whole thing kind of went our separate ways.
Much respect
it was
to
not,
Dave.
Yeah, and it wasn't because we didn't like Dave at all. We love Dave. We still have a good relationship with him. He likes Espo very, very much, and they get along, and that's just that. You know what I mean? Like,
I would do anything for Dave if he asked me because we spent a lot of time together. So there's your answer on the Dave King question.
Okay. Everybody gets jealous of other people for whatever reason, right?
Mhm.
Whether you want their job, whether you want to look like them, whatever it may be, their cars, their house, whatever. What is the most ridiculous thing that you get jealous of?
jealous?
Yes, I'll go first since this one was off the cuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor has this massive tree in their front yard. That is the most gorgeous tree I've ever seen in my life. It covers their entire front yard and the whole house, shaded all day, every day. And I think it's a ficus tree, and it's always green, and it doesn't drop its leaves. And I have this janky ass tree in my front yard that is on its last leg, and I'm so jealous of my neighbor's tree, and I just needed to vent to somebody about that.
You've got the Peanuts Christmas tree.
I do.
Like,
I do. And this guy over here has the massive, like 9-foot, 10-foot Christmas tree that is full on all sides.
why do I feel like this is going to be referenced in a court case at some point? Lindsay's going to lose it and cut down the tree at some point, and they're
So
going to
jealous
reference
of this tree. Do you guys have any irrational
yes.
things that you get jealous of?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
When somebody's tweet that is almost identical to mine and sent after gets more interaction, and it makes no sense because
Yeah.
you know, like that
That's a
drives
good
me
one.
nuts. Like,
That's a good one. And I feel like that happens to me too, because like we have multiple reporters at the same event, and like one tweet will just randomly blow up, and it doesn't matter which one came first.
Gerald,
I'd agree with that.
you're one of those people. You came on my street
disclosure,
corner.
Full
Gerald, I
disclosure,
hate
this
you.
was directed at you.
You came on my street corner with the puns. I leave for like a year after I left the Suns and went on my corporate jaunt and being a dad for a year and stopped tweeting during games. And all of a sudden, Gerald's on my street corner. Here's all the puns. Espo's not needed anymore. We've got girth.
We still need you, Espo.
I love you, Gerald. I love your tweets.
Well,
I'm
that's
proud
good.
that
Thank
you've
you.
blossomed
Yo, we
into
really got to end this
what I
show.
couldn't
Now we are
be.
getting down the rabbit hole of like
What's
telling
yours?
everyone we love each other. And things.
Well, we don't
really
love
know.
you,
I-
Lindsay.
That's way too
We
far from me.
tolerate you.
I don't know. I feel like the things I get jealous of are like understandable things.
Like what?
Like
people
Thor's
that-
biceps compared to his.
Yeah, or like people
The
that
fact
just,
that his uncle sold all their castles or whatever. Like,
I would be mad.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't. I don't really feel jealous about a lot of things. I
No.
feel like I'm in a good spot.
I don't really get jealous. I get irritated. Like I get like it bothers me, but it's not because I'm jealous of a situation. I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like why? Because maybe I know something more about a certain person or whatever, but you know, it's just whatever. Like I don't really get too jealous about anything.
I just love that Gerald's like the most well-adjusted out of all of us. He's like, I'm good. Life's good.
Yeah.
I'm like, screw you,
If
Gerald.
I did have a jealousy,
I just
it
wanna
would be
treat-
that I wish I was a little bit more quick-witted. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
quick to
So
the,
you're
to
jealous
It's like an
Yeah.
hour later, you're like, oh, that would have been a good one.
So Saul's jealous of me.
I'm not jealous of Espo because Espo's comebacks are pretty like not mid, but like they're very like they're like Hey, that was pretty quick. Yeah.
Oh,
No, they're like old timey. So I'm like, all right, that was a cut down back in 1980. But yeah, I just wish I was a little quick witted. You know, I wish I could freestyle rap. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
that's a good one. I'm jealous of people that can dunk a basketball. There's one.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. That was a good one. All right. Well, we want you guys to stay safe and healthy this summer. And just a reminder, COVID-19 vaccines are free for everyone 5 and older. Those 12 and older are also now eligible for a booster. Visit azhealth.gov/find-vaccine for a location near you. We appreciate you all for joining us for this palate cleanser episode.
What the hell was
Hopefully
this?
it was a little entertaining for you. We promise, unless you guys tell us otherwise, we won't do this on a regular basis. So sorry.
No.
Until next week, you can follow me on Twitter at Lindsay Smith AZ. You can follow Gerald at Gerald Bourget. You can follow Saul at Saul_Bookman. And of course, you can follow Espo at Espo. Espo, take us home.
Yeah, this may have been weird, but it was cheaper than therapy for each of us. So, ahoy, ahoy.
Hey yo, my lifestyle is retro. Tell the Phoenix Metro. Megas in control and he ain't never gonna let go. PHNX though, Lindsay, Gerald, Espo. Saw past the ball, we here to turn up the tempo. Got to understand me, I'll always rep the family. Rally in the valley like Dan G, no plan B. Always on the job, my team